What's happening, team? I just wanted to go through, do a little bit of recording, and test this bad boy out. Let's see here. Whoa. I still have to get used to this. All right, let's see what's going on here. What did I want to do? I wanted to go to. Let's hit record on this guy. And hopefully that's recording. Yeah, so I just wanted to go through. Da-da-da. Let's see here. Yeah, so the Fitness Jumpstart mini course, the core principles. So I'm really going through a little mind map on here. All right, so you already know Coach Ryan Omeasoo. You already know who this wonderful person is. Your guide, your coach, inspiration. You are your go-to guy. No, I was kidding around. But so with the 7-day mini jumpstart course, we do have our modules. All right, so module one, we have mindset and accountability. All right, so we have the mindset foundation. We have goal setting, you know, mindset foundation, right? So basically, so teaching for all these years, you want to make sure, well, from the results of my clients that I've seen become successful is their mindset. Having that innate ability, or as a result of our coaching, that they adopt the mindset of, yes, I can do this. Yes, despite the roadblocks ahead of me, I can get through this. With the support and coach, and the community with our day one den, we can all support each other and encourage each other to overcome, um, either uh, um, self-imposed obstacles or the environment, right? So that mindset foundation is definitely, it's important to have to start a new fitness journey, right? So, with that being said, we also have to have proper goal setting, having that SMART acronym to work towards your goal and to implement them, and to make sure that every day that we build the foundation of our daily habits, or adopting new behaviors. Because when we are on this new path of being a fit, stronger, healthier, less stress, more kind person, we have to adopt behaviors and skill sets that match this new outcome or this new identity. It's. I was listening to I forgot where it was. I was listening to somebody, very highly uh, successful athlete, professional, and it was more discipline, yes, but also it's just the habit of creating lasting habits, of choosing to eat healthy, choosing to have hydration, and sleep, and of course working out. And it's just having those daily habits and then continuing and building upon that foundation brick by brick that will create a successful, long lasting, new healthy lifestyle. And of course, building consistency. It's just stacking those wins, stacking those however small or however large actions, right? So it's building that consistency over time, right? And that's one that I was touching base on this on the previous live, where it's, like a lot of coaches, business coaches tell me, oh, you have to, you have tangible results for your audience. And flashback to a memory of a YouTube ad that was just bombarded with, I think it was a 6-minute abs or something like that, right? So it's like it was just for clickbait to have those 6-minute abs. I can get my wonderful six-pack abs in 6 minutes a day. Oh, sign me up, right? So just having, it's having the knowledge or the experience of, what, after all these years, it is a worthwhile long not battle, but to work towards something to last long. You have to have put in the effort. You don't want to have, a PhD doctorate in 6 weeks to become a doctor. You want to have the respect. You want to respect the profession and the expertise and knowledge that come along with being a personal trainer, doctor, dentist, lawyer. It's just you want to have that necessary input to it. So if I want to change my lifestyle and become healthier, I have to adopt and making sure that my behaviors and daily actions are going to respect the outcome who I want to become. Okay. So strategies for accountability. It's you don't have to be, you don't have to do this alone. You have us in the day one den. You have our, our community, the people that are going to be rooting for you. With my story and my history is, unfortunately some people would put their visual or their ideology of who I was in the negative sense of who I was in my past, and they created that image and they put that upon me and placed this box on top of my personality or my identity, and I responded in that regard of that visualization from this person or people or group. And I had to really break down the constructs of my mental capabilities or limitations and reconstruct myself into the person who I want to become, not this ex-convict, not this ex-hero addict, or this, this gangbanger, or even a stupid lack of education person. So I had to distance myself from people who spoke to me to the person who I once was. And if you want to have to create a new lifestyle for yourself and to be a different person, the people you surround yourself with, either supporting you or not, or well, the people who will might influence you or encourage you to jump on this new path, again, is key and vital too to have a higher success rate chance of you accomplishing your goal. So having the people that support you, if people are going to, when express my dreams and goals and they laugh or they don't say, or they just look at me in disbelief, it hurts, yes, because the people that you care about and you share this to them, yet they smirk and laugh, and it's very painful. However, use that pain into power, pain into passion, pain into wanting to prove them wrong. All right, I'm kind of going off on that one a little bit, but you get my passion. Okay, so that's module one, mindset and accountability. Each foundation builds upon each other. Right? Module two, nutrition simplified. Right? So macronutrient basics, meal planning and hydration. Right? So it doesn't have to be this, doesn't have to be uh, um, counting your calorie, or well, counting calories is at the beginning. It is kind of important to understand how many calories you are eating in a given day, right? Just the basics. You don't have to go dive deep into the scaling per se, not yet, at least not at the beginning, right? So I kind of recommend, honestly, for yourself before for one-on-one clients in person. Now, so you know what, client, take a picture of your food. Take a picture of your food at the end of the day, send it to me, and we'll recap or we'll take a look at it and see what can be improved, what can we add or take away, or substitute, right? So those, just having that visualization to see how many or what food you are eating and kind of look at the end of the day or even at the end of the week. A great visualization happened was with a TV show. I forgot which one it was called, but they with the coach and the clients or the participants of this TV show, they uh, took all the food that they ate throughout the week, and they dumped it on this table, and it was just, a massive amount of food, right? So now at the beginning, let's take a look at this mountain, right? And then to take away, substitute in the healthier options that we can have, right? So it's not, at the beginning you're just, taking like take a picture of food of every meal for a day, look at it at the end of the week. Okay, what can I improve? What can I improve to be better? What can I substitute? What healthier options can I put into place instead of X, Y, and Z? Right. So just keeping it basic at the beginning, and then having that understanding of, okay, well, um, instead of this food, I'll take away this, right? And just having the picture and visual and the pictures of everything what you have, and compare it to the coming weeks or the following weeks afterward. And body weight basic and exercise. just having body weight. Body weight is, um, years ago when I was at a big box gym, there was a I think I was working I was in membership sales, or I was personal training. I was doing something, but the front desk asked me, "Hey Ryan, the coach or the instructor for this class no showed. Can you substitute in?" And I was teaching kickboxing classes in my resume, I guess you can say, and I looked inside the class and there was like, like 30 plus people in there. And I was like, I didn't know them. I was like on the front, well, the gym setting. I think this gym was seeing like 2,000 people a day, I think. But anyways, yeah. So I was like, okay, all right. I'll go in and, substitute this class. And it was, I, I think it was called Naked Warrior. So Naked Warrior is a all bodyweight class. And so anyway, so I go in, I teach the class, and I had a blast. It was fun. I was it was a great experience, especially at the number of people or number of attendees in that class, to give me that experience. And it was just body weight exercises. Anyway, so after the class, I was talking to the front desk lady, and then students were walking by when I was still kind of cleaning up or finishing up, and they're all expressing how well they enjoyed my instruction and also the class itself. And when I came back to talk to the front desk to my colleague, she was like, "Yeah, Ryan, awesome work. People were coming out saying how great it was, and also no one left." I'm like, what do you mean no one left? Well, because like usually when we have a substitute last minute substitute instructor, a lot of people leave. No one left for you. Like, oh, that's good. I'll take that as a win. Anyway, so basically, body weight exercises. Yeah, a client of mine used to tell me too, like back in the days, like Ryan, I don't need a gym. I just need you. You are the gym, right? So you just need a yoga mat, or space wise in your house. That's as long as you can do a jumping jack, you can do a squat, you can do a push up, a plank, modification, whatever you need. That's all the space you need to get you towards your goal, depending on which one it is. Of course, we have to talk and discuss what your specific goal is. But yeah, no, it's just body weight exercises, right? And just having mastering the essential moves. Okay, and that was module 3. Module 4 and 5, implementation and long-term success. We're about 12 minutes in here, so I'll finish it up here. Building consistency, right? And also having the fitness plan and tracking and motivation, right? So it is, you kind of want to think of, maybe you want to think of like, okay, well, if I'm going to go to this destination, if I'm going to go on a hike, or planning a trip, right? Just how you plan a trip, the exercises, the nutrition, the sleep, the motivation, what can the support network I do have within, right, is having all these in place to make sure that you have your foundation to build upon this new house of fitness secure. All right, so that's when the 7 day jump start is just to keep, not necessarily keep, sorry, but to spark that ideation of you can do this, that you can complete this. It will take time. It will take it. Yeah, the effort is a reflection upon the input that you put into it, right? So if I want to read, I want to read a book. It's either one page at a time, or depending on my availability for it, but it could be 20 pages at a time, or a chapter at a time. So the effort that you put into it and setting yourself up for success, and in the back burner, so to speak, that will give you the opportunity. So with these here, so being, after all these years of teaching clients, this foundation, or these setups, or the school setup, of module 1 through 5, and then having this as your foundation will give you that much higher success chance rate of completing and also moving on to either other fitness achievements. And with that being said, too, like, another thing too, with other business coaches talking about, like, okay, what's your message? What is your niche? What is your avatar? How are you going to speak to them directly? Well, I was thinking, being a personal trainer for 15 years, having the gym, and working at other gyms, renting space at multiple gyms. It's like, well, I do have clients that have you know the message, either having, yes, come into weight loss, or see me for weight loss, see me or see us for, clients were bored of their routine, or they wanted something different, or they wanted to add in a different component to their current fitness regimen, and they love the cross training of kickboxing, the high intensity interval training, the weight training plus bodyweight exercises. And where am I going with this? Basically, so having the niche, or the other coaches are saying, nail down your niche. But it's the key is having the fitness as the core, or fitness as the core motivation to improve upon your life, to make you the best individual you can. So you show up for work that much better, that you show up for your family that much better, that you show up for your community, to be that individual who will be that leader. That is, with my youth work and background for First Nations youth, and also to myself of wanting to be that different individual from who I once was. Fitness and martial arts was the core movement. And then after that, once I did become fitter, stronger, and having more of a philosophy of improving my life, one book, one rep, one story at a time, one client at a time, to learn and adapt and become that person who is a positive input for other people, so that they too can have that ripple effect into their families, into their communities. And fitness and martial arts is that foundation to compound and multiply more positive outputs to their lives. All right, so that's the key. Fitness is the start, motivation and legacy, and that will be the compounding effect going forward. But yeah, that's the modules. That's the 7 day jump start, breakdown run through. All right, let's double check here. Imagine I didn't hit record on the good old laptop again. That would be, jeez. All right, let's not say that. Where am I going here? All right, so stop sharing screen. I don't know I do hope it worked. I hope that worked. I'll have to see on the recording on this one. Oh, I'll have to see on the recording on that one. But anyways, yeah. So go through the modules, have your foundation set, have your intention set for what you want to become through our program, and making sure that you have the support with us, and also too on your home front as well too. All right. So let's hope hopefully that worked. Stop